Alright, I figured since A, we haven't seen this little guy in a while, and B, I'm not going to be around this week, so I'll be in Iowa. I figured I'd do a quick video update on the crawler as far as what Dad's gotten done on it since we've seen it last. Give me something that I can get uploaded and have go public sometime here midweek to keep everybody interested. So, obviously it's up in the shop now. We moved it up here a while ago. Can't remember. Probably been up here at least a month and a half. Not a whole lot, as you can see, has changed on it per se. Dad got the drive shaft rebuilt with new universal joints, and that's obviously sandblasted and painted or primed. He went through and rebushed and pinned the entire clutch assembly with a new return spring, because this was, and you could take that pedal and just go like this with it. It was bad. Trying to think of what else has been done since we saw it last. It's been so long since I've done a video on it, I can't remember what all we talked about. Obviously the big thing is now the bell housing is off of it. Dad was working on it Sunday while I was working on the 270, and he pulled the inspection cover off the bottom and proceeded to clean out damn near an entire scoop shovel full of mouse nest or some sort of rodent nest. If it was a mouse nest, it was a big mouse. Could have been a rat. But anyhow, this is what the pressure plate looks like, and I was hoping to catch it before we cleaned it up, but I was power washing my truck tonight, and while I had the power washer out, Dad power washed all this stuff, because this thing was like almost unrecognizable as a pressure plate. It was just a big mess of bleh. So unfortunately, that's going to have to go in and get rebuilt. Clutch plate isn't terrible, but still, I don't know, the pucks don't look too bad. The shitty part of the deal is, it appears, as near as we can tell from the pressure from wear surfaces, this was a brand new clutch whenever they overhauled the motor, whenever that happened. Obviously back before it got parked, because like there's almost no wear on the pucks. There's almost no wear on the pressure. I mean, everything appears like it was a new clutch. It's got the pilot bearing is brand new. Well, brand new whenever they did it. It looks like at some point when they did it, they surfaced the flywheel. Now it needs resurfaced. So yeah, that's unfortunate that the entire clutch assembly is a ball of rust now. Throw out bearing was froze. That was just junk. See, the splines on the output shaft are nice and crusty. The throw out shaft and the bell housing was pretty much froze. I mean, you might as well have considered it froze. Whatever was in there ate off the grease hose for the throw out bearing. So Dad was really happy that he found that before we started putting the back end back together. So all the shaft's got to come out, get cleaned up, get to go back so it can go back in and spin freely, because it wouldn't return. Like you had to do this with it, and obviously you were compressing the springs on the pressure plate, but you weren't disengaging the clutch. She was stuck. So I don't know if he's planning on just doing rear main seal in it or not. He didn't mention it. I don't know what his plan is there. It's a new rear main, but it's been sitting there so long with all that crap up against it, it may or may not be bad, even if it does have almost no hours on it. So I think that's it as far as the tractor. So mosey down to the barn real quick. I think last time I talked about the charging system, and that's all done, and the starter's done. It's not on it obviously, but starter's done. Still trying to figure out a wire, still trying to get information on how to build not how to build, but what to build the wiring harness out of, as far as like wire sizes and stuff like that. So, but obviously we're a few steps away from having to do that yet. So let's go down the barn real quick and I'll show you the other pieces parts. All right, all this stuff was here last time we saw it. So I put a picture up of this when we got it back, but this is obviously the seat assembly. Had it sandblasted, primed. He put a new back on it because the other one was warped and he couldn't get it to come back out straight. It's got a new floor in the battery box because that was rusted out beyond repair. There was a couple holes that were added into it that didn't belong there that he welded shut. So there's that. I think last time we saw the new fenders and fuel tank for it. What else? I think that's about it. Yep, I think you've seen everything so far. He's been slammed with work for the business, so he hadn't been, well, he didn't work on it at all during all that cold spell when it was still down here, and then we got it up to the shop and he's been slammed ever since with work, so he hasn't had a lot of time to work on it. And I obviously have been running around like a chicken with my head cut off trying to get my own stuff done, so I do apologize for that. I can only be in so many places at once and video so many things at once, and the tractor's kind of got to take priority because that's kind of the stuff I need this spring. So I do apologize for that, because I know there's probably going to be at least one person that they might not say it, but they're bitchy because I'm not videoing the step-by-step on this. But I'm only one person. I can only do so many things at once. So, but with that being said, I think that gets you up to speed as to where she's at right now. So I think Dad's planning on trying to get that clutch down to South Bend clutch here at some point this week to get it rebuilt, and then once the clutch is done and everything's freed up, then the back end can start going back together and it can start looking like a crawler again. So anyhow, I guess that being said, that's it for this one. We'll catch you guys on the next one.